And we're getting stuck straight into this game here, Tez. Let's get ready to rock and a roll. We see cross-country storms coming up as the drift there.
Ooh, okay. That's interesting. So we'll keep an eye on how that changes things because already the storms are pretty difficult to predict, but now with it drifting even more, it's just a lot more movement on the map. I'm also interested to see how many teams are going to drop at Stacks because Stacks has been a favorite for a lot of teams trying to get all that extra experience that exists, as we already do see some teams in close proximity with each other.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the EMG team there, chat, that we're calling the emergency team. They have come into this game very, very suddenly, hence why they're called emergency. Trying to get those levels straight away. We're going to see majority of these teams doing exactly that. Try and grab that base camp, but here we go, Tez. We kind of have two teams bumping into each other. Emergency have that extra little level there, but it looks like FF are going to go straight for these bosses.
Yeah, just not everybody from emergency there. Despite the level advantage, it was 3-2. They do not want to take that fight unless they are fully ready for it, and that does give FF the opportunity to grab that level, grab that camp as well, and kind of set themselves up for a possible fight.
I do like that emergency. What they did is they sent two one way and two the other way to do some exploring and get some levels. I have been seeing quite a few teams doing that in these show matches, trying to make as much ground on this Sky Realms as you can. And I think it's a really good idea. Like, grab as much farm as you can. You don't all need to be there for it, but it is risky. We see SB and Avengers currently here having a bit of a battle, just kind of splitting with each other. We've got some poke damage coming in from the strike, but they are going to just try and back up out of that arena. We've got 4 currently on the level of the SUPERVIVE team.
Yeah, and I mean, this is kind of what I expected too, right? Like, Stacks has been so favored by a lot of these teams because you just get so much experience so fast. So you do end up with teams trying to fight over it a lot. This ring, though, pulling very much to that southwestern side. So those teams at Stacks have a ways to go here. We're also going to check in on CRT, picking up some loot from the vault here. We did not see the hack miss. I didn't see it.
It's the worst thing, isn't it? You're like, oh my god, I'm on stream and I missed it.
Yeah.
I love how they've dropped a boss on them whilst they're trying to do that. As if you needed any more distraction, you have a massive tank trying to take out your team as well.
Yeah, we do have to keep our eyes. So, like, where this rig is going is always an interesting end spot to me because there's so much of what you're seeing now, just like this area where you have just open air at the moment, and that's really difficult for some teams to play around because trying to go from spot to spot if you don't have a great dash becomes very, very scary.
Yeah, it really does. And you kind of got to work out, like, not just your next step, but the step after that as well, because you've got to be wary of these other teams coming in through the circle as it will get smaller. We're only on day 1 right now, chat. Level 4 is the cap. We've got an engage coming in here. This is really good. A good, nice pickup there. Are they going to be able to get the elimination? Ooh, just 4 currently on SUPERVIVE. They're going to have to, they're going to have to back up here, though, Tez.
Ooh, yeah. SUPERVIVE kind of caught out there. One member left alone, and that is not the way that you want to start the fight. It is just disengage central for them. They're going to move down. There's a lot of revive towers still available for them. FF now moving on to CRT, and they're just going to start a fight right out with a lot of health being taken from FF.
Nice wall coming out from Celeste there, trying to buy themselves some space. CRT do want to just continue to go in. Aluna with the healing. This is really interesting. Aiden's having to back up. We've got some bosses coming into this fight. They don't want to leave it all to the action of the hunters. They're going to have to back up quite a bit here. Aiden is there backing even further. Nice lot of damage coming in there. I don't know what's going to happen here, Tez. It's getting pretty intense. They're pushed straight to the edge here. CRT feeling like they're in a better position right now, but here we go. Zephyr doing a lot of healing. They're gonna get caught. They have. Oh no, that is a shame.
Yeah, Fable went around to try and follow, but could not get anything done with that. CRT now on the defensive as there's 2 members gone, another member trying to run for their life, and CRT little bit too split there. FF able to regroup and win that fight handily.
Yeah, now they're just going to have to rush away, see if they can get to a revive beacon. I don't
Ooh.
think they're going to be able to get away here, though. A nice push back, nice
No!
bit of stun. Are they going to get over? They do, but that's risky. And a spike down there, Tez. Is that CRT out? I believe they did still have
No, they still have one member. They still have one member that is going to be alive there. They're going to try and hit the revive. We do also now see SUPERVIVE going to be grabbing the camp on the train here and setting themselves up for a later game. Train, very, very good camp. Gives you solid position just anywhere. You can recall and set up to move pretty quickly there. Having that flexibility is always very, very strong.
It's kind of like a mobile UAV realistically as well, but it also
Yeah.
has that respawn beacon. Do we see a spike?
Ooh.
We do. Very well done by Avengers, nearly picking up the second one as well. Celeste with those tracking marks is so good for getting spikes. One hit, you are down, you are out.
And that will be just the disengage there. Nobody else wants to continue on that fight from PTB, so they will pull away. They're just going to go for the revive down here in the heart.
I mean, we've got, what, 3 revive beacons left in the circle currently. It's going to get to a point where there really isn't a lot more reviving that can happen at those beacons. We do have a nice tasty boss here that it looks like you're going to try and get. Give them a good position, give them a nice bit of XP as well. And I believe you can also get the, is it a soul from it?
Yeah, it is the soul. I believe it's the glider soul, so they'll be able to have infinite glider for themselves.
Good, a very good thing to have as well.
Especially in this ring.
Yeah, exactly. This ring is getting to a point where like those gaps are going to be pretty big. Having infinite glider ammo is going to be really important.
Yeah, we'll allow them to play pretty extensively in the air there. Teams also continue to move down here. We have another fight that looks like it will break out. Another soul that's going to be fought over. It is a level 5 versus a level 6 here. FF are definitely more well-equipped in terms of levels here. EMG, though, they do seem like they want to try and take space on this.
Yeah, FF are managing to get themselves to the back of that emergency. Looks like they're getting pushed from CRT as well. So Cathode Ray Tuber down here, they were in a good position. This is going to be probably a battle between the 3 teams right now. As FF are in a position where they can try and get some damage onto this soul, but Cathode going in there as well. It seems like both teams are just trying to be really wary of each other. They've got a lot of poke that can come in from anyone on their teams there.
It's also a little bit awkward here for EMG because they're stuck with this river of sand in between them, which is, it's an entire slow field, which makes it very scary to walk up. Yeah, just grab the soul. That works.
We'll take that, thank you very much. I'm going to try and get that locked down. Capo trying to do the exact same.
Ooh, big Celestial.
Ooh, very big Celestial. That's going to be a huge stun. Can they drop the damage? There's the engage for FF throwing in the stun as well. I think they've taken down Capo Red there on Fable. They are down. Can they get the elimination? Lembo jumping over that gap. No spike for them yet, but that soul has been collected, Tez, which means that area is going to be very dangerous very quickly.
FF are just the kryptonite for CRT, apparently. This is the second time we have seen them just on the run, and CRT just going to have to run Acme. Last member alive, I believe, here. And EMG are also going to run the other direction. I believe it was FF that picked up the soul. Going to grab that campfire as well, which they're not going to be able to keep for a long time, but does give them a little bit of reset potential. We also have PTB moving into a fight here with AVG.
Ooh, good grab there. They're grounded and stunned. That's the engage. There we go. The Celeste ult does come out. That's the stun that they need to kind of lock down the stun over there as well. Oh my god. I thought that engage was fantastic, but they've managed to pick them up. Avengers getting spiked from the get-go. Brawlers come in, doing a huge amount of damage. There's one left. Izzy D is the only person left to be able to try and revive their team there, Tez. What an engage.
PTV just finding the right moment, and that was a crazy grappling hook from the Brawl to just follow along and get on top of the members there, continue that fight, and also a little bit of help from the shrubbery as well to just make sure they could not get away. Another little bit of fighting here from HT and Sus, which I know you are a big fan of Sus.
Yeah, I just love the fact they've gone with sus. It's very sus that they're deciding they want to get that engaged there. It's difficult because the bishop is there doing a lot of damage, but there's the oath. Nice bit of push. The shield has been broken, so they're going to take less damage than you would expect because that is a new thing that's come into this patch. But here we go. PTB want to get involved in this as well, Tez. It's not just down to sus, but we also have Super Bubble as well.
Yeah, and is he the lone member left on APG alive? Just crouching, running in from bush to bush, trying to stay out of sight here. I think did get in unseen. APG gonna stay alive for the time being, just barely, and nobody else wanting to join in third party on this fight. Sus have used a lot of resources and gonna be trying to bide their time here at the edge of the ring. Izzy.
They have to use that. They have to use that ultimate there. Oh, unlucky Izzy.
That's the oath ult used. Wait, that's the oath ult used already, and that might put sus in a bad spot here because that's a big resource gone. HT not seemingly wanting to punish though, because here comes another team, a third party, and now sus, they got the one kill, they eliminated a team, but now I think they might be on the back foot.
They're definitely here. Are they going to be able to get across this before anyone does get some spike? We're going to get HT coming in with a lot of damage that they can cause. Super Bubbles are on the outside. They want to do so. Tanya's having to get out of there. If they can back away, it's a risky situation. There's the spike from them. HT managing to get at least one member of sus there. Two members down, actually. There's, or is that the third as well? No, just the
that's two.
Right?
That's just two. You can see at the bottom. It is just those two down, but they are very split. They are essentially playing by themselves here, and they are going to be just looking for that crown to start popping up, which should start coming up soon. SV now making their rotate here. They're going to run into FF. Just Aiden alone there who will back away, and SV trying to find their spot here. Again, this is... We're hitting this point in this ring where there's just a lot of open air to work around, and it becomes very, very sketchy because these rotates become really scary, especially if you're going up against something. If you run into a ghost at the wrong time or anything else that has that really rapid fire attack, you are terrified trying to cross these gaps.
Yeah, and you know, the teams that did manage to get that the glider fuel is going to be really important. We've got some nice engages going on here as well. PTB is going to go down there. One of them is going to have to back up back to the rest of their team. They're pretty split at the moment. We do have this revive beacon here, Tez, that a team may want to hop onto, but it's really out in the open. There's not a lot you can do to defend yourself on that.
Yeah, no, they can't take this one. Chirpro was also coming in there. I know one of the strongest brawl players and can do some crazy things on that character, but does not want to take a 3v4, so they will back away. And again, it's kind of just bide your time. Try to make yourself seem small so that people don't try to engage on you. We see Yora now getting a grab onto one, and SV now in trouble. That is the oath down, one of the worst members to lose at the start of a fight.
The thing is, though, the hooks coming in are so amazing. Yeah. Like, what can you do? You're like, oh my god, I'm caught. Goodbye, cruel world. That's me gone. And they do manage to pick that up. They're getting quite comfortable over there, though. We see the Celeste ultimate come out. They've been grinding. Garrett is going to get some damage coming into them from the strike. That's a nice
Oh, no. SV. They're in trouble. They are backs literally against the wall. You know what? Pull your friend. Get him out of there. May wanted to get him a little bit further because now SUPERVIVE having to run in different directions. Orlando's probably will get away, but I believe Kissy Dries Up will fall, and now it is one member left for SUPERVIVE. They will be backing away, and again, another team that is just hoping to find a crown in the right position.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look at this ring. Look at this ring. It's going so far the other direction.
So much running you have to do. Get your backpack on. You're going to be hiking across the entirety of this map so far. But we have seen some of the crowns pop up, I believe. We just saw a couple on the map there, Tez. And they're the kind of things that are being guarded by a couple of teams.
Oh! PB catching themselves.
That's two spikes.
PTB. Yeah, that's two spikes. That's exactly what we were talking about. Those gaps are so scary, and Chirpro, right place, right time, takes advantage of it. PTB, they knock a bunch of people down, and more importantly, they take out the one remaining team in this area, stopping them from getting this respawn beacon.
Wow, they can use it for themselves to get their 4th member back up and online as well. There we go.
Wow.
Kingpin is back in for PTB. We
Ooh.
do have a team caught out in the storm here, and we are at that level where it does a considerable amount of damage, to be fair. It's
You're a
end
no.
game. Are they going to go down? I think they are.
Oh no, that's really bad. That ring is, again, remember how far that ring is going. These members are very not savable. They're going to continue to hit the revives and try to get themselves there, but it is going to be tough. They don't have anything like the Aluna to grab people as they're running too. They do get in, but look, they're still running. They have some bushes to hide in and heal up from, and they have the oath as well. Just they can spend that mana to get themselves back into a favorable position. But if they had run into a team that at all during that trek, that would have been a really difficult position to get out of.
A fair play to Jora, though, managing to get back into that with that storm. It can
They're
be a
level
scary
9
thing when you're running. Level 9 is a very strong position for them to be in as well. Emergency are at level 8 at the moment. I think, is it Jora that currently have the highest level then at level 9? That may be the case.
What is that? Okay, what is that rig? That rig literally is just not even at all existent in this current zone. That is bonkers. That's really difficult because, like, you think about, like, at least usually you have a little bit of the ring to hang in. Now these teams are going to be, look at how they're playing. They are sticking right on that edge. There might be some fighting as we are pushing to that next ring, and that's going to be like you have to constantly move and fight and be aware of teams coming from behind you because everybody has to move in that direction.
Nice little hello from Friendly Fire there. We've got some engage here from Super Bubbles with PTB. The Brawl has managed to connect there. They've got the anti-heal onto them. Is this going to be an engage that FF want to get into? PTB trying to jump across the thing, but they get sniped. That's a difficult situation. Kingpin managing to pick up the grab over there on Super Bubble, but oh my god, they have been knocked. Are they going to be able to pick up the elimination? Brawl is getting pretty weak over here. That's another knock for PTB. Oh, Super Bubble are having a fantastic fight here. Are they going to be able to get across? Is that going to be a spike? They do get across. We see the Celeste ultimate coming out as well, Tez. They are going to get themselves in at least a decent position where they can try and back out, although they wanted to. Friendly Fire said, nah, you're not getting away with this. You're going down, buddy.
PTB just honestly a really rough position to be in. Team underneath you and to your right, and you gotta run to the right. So they were inevitably going to get into a fight, and with two teams trying to hit you there, Hyper, you very nearly just dashed into a hook there. But SB honestly doing great to gain some position here. FF going for the fight though.
Yeah, and wow, what a fight they're going to go for. SB has been knocked there. They're trying to get away, but Kingpin says, nope, you're coming back here. That's going to be an elim for me. Thank you very much. Duel having to use their own ultimate to try and run away. I don't know if they're going to be caught here, though. Freaku is trying to dash across the side. Do they get the spike? Oh, that was so close.
Yeah, they do not get back up, and FF will get another elimination. It is not it for FF, though. Although now, or sorry, SB, well, now it might be. Do go down emergency, though. Level 10 right now.
Wow, emergency. They were the emergency team, but they're going to cause an emergency for FF. Although, having said that, FF stuck up to it very, very well. They're now currently down with some players. So this is really interesting as we come down to these final circles here, Tez. There's 4 teams left. This is where it gets really, really close.
Yeah, and emergency, a lot of really strong players in that team. So they are very comfortable in these positions. And obviously, being level 10, you know what you're doing if you're hitting that in these games. We do see PTB getting another elimination here. I don't believe knocking a team out, as I think it was FF losing a member. PTB now moving up as well. They do have to keep in mind there is a team to their south. They are liable to get pinched here. So ring will continue to move very shortly. And now PTB, they are actually going on the offensive. They know FF have lost a member and they want to do something about it.
Yeah, you want to get that extra bit of leveling as well. Emergency coming in from behind. Ooh. All of these teams are so close. Oh my god, that's ridiculously close as well. They've got the engage not only onto PTB, but Friendly Fire are also here. So many teams fighting it out. PTB are going to lose a member there if they can get the elimination onto them, but they're in a good position backing up. Is there going to be some spikes coming on? We've just seen a grab by the Kingpin just off the top side there, Tez. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's FF getting their one, getting their revenge for the member they lost earlier, although Aiden in trouble now, getting poked down a bunch. They're going to chase after, but that was a little bit too far. EMG now lose a member as Aiden will heal up, and they're going to knock that member fully. That is now 3 teams that have lost a member.
So we're going into this with 3 teams with 3 players. This is going to be crazy. Celeste's having to do a dive over to the point there.
PTB
they
on the ropes.
In the spike, just on the ropes. Do they get into the smallest little bit of cliff? Yes, they do, but they still need to come back over because that storm's closing in, Tez.
So we are at 4 teams. 2 of them have lost a member. 1 of them have lost 2. There is a full team still alive in this. PTB trying to pull together what they can, but it is just those 2 members alive, and they found their space. They basically just have to play small, try to not be seen, as FF are a team on the run here. I believe it is the team still to the northwest that is a full 4 at this moment.
And that is a good position to be in. We've got the most wanted on emergency here. They've got a minute until that has been expended, but teams know where they are. We're in this kind of small circle. One and engage coming in from FF. They take the opportunity there, Tez. They've got 1 knock. They want to go for another. They're having to back on out of there, but instead we've got PTB coming in to back them up. It is a brawl, to say the very least right now. They've had to really back up around the corner of FF, and PTB having a little bit of an advantage across that gap. Ping gets the grab onto them. That's going to be another person down. Or is it Celeste has popped that ultimate? They can get back over there, Tez. This is crazy.
Oh, no. But that's not where they wanted to go. PTB runs straight into Yora, who take them out. And now FF trying to reset. They did get their member back up after taking down the crown. And that is another member gone. Yora now in trouble as FF. They actually run with the void. And Yora, again, on the run as FF. They have found their wind, and they are continuing to take the fight here. Emergency also pushing on to PTB. The last member alive, I believe, for PTB is Jastrable is just on the run. Brawl does crazy things, man.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, it couldn't be easier, like harder to hit a Brawl with that scaping there. Deathbox is getting revived here, but FF have spotted it. Brawl is going to have to try and yeet themselves around this to get them out of the situation they're currently in.
No.
This might be it, though. That's the stun, Tez. This might be PTB finally ending it as the 4th team in this there. The 3 teams left now.
3 teams left, but again, only 1 as a full unit. EMG down to 2, and we do have Yora down to 2 as well. So it is FF against literally 2 teams of 2.
I tell you what, this cross-country storm is really fun.
It is crazy, the movement that has to be made on this map. FF positioning themselves for a good spot. Now EMG are in trouble. That's another member down. It is just Cookies alive, and Yora still defensively posturing here. This should be FF's win.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be right. It's just EMG. Cookies
It is
just there.
Cookies.
They pick up the most wanted, but it's not going to be enough.